Okay. Hopefully somebody's here so we can have some scenes before we go back to the crossing. Turn the volume down a little bit too.
Rather that happen, or you rather I take it out and go stab somebody with it? Wouldn't that make you feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what if I didn't? I just left it in a box. Wouldn't you want to, hey, Hoiby, aren't you going to go stab somebody with that knife?
No hat.
And I'd say, nah, do you want me to? I'll do it if you want me to, but
Then I would tell you I want you to. If
But
I
it's not
wanted
oh,
you to.
hello.
Howdy. Who are we stabbing?
Nobody, I'm just trying to explain something, but she just doesn't think the same way.
I see. I see.
Well, I wrote a song and I sang it to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done this in a long time, but she's my friend and I care about her, so I wrote her a song.
Yes, the song that I want to hear. You told me
Well,
about
here's the
this.
problem.
Okay. Okay.
So I said, have you even thought about this song? She doesn't really care about music very much. She said yes, and I said, really? And she said, yeah, I thought about that. You want to sing it for me? I said, no, that's not the point. I said, the point is, the hope was that she wants to hear it because she liked it. But I understand that's not who she is. So I was trying to explain that feeling because she doesn't understand.
Ah.
So I said, it's like her giving me a knife and I leave it in a box instead of stabbing somebody. But it's just, she's free of this ridiculous burden of the way I think, I guess.
I only test people I don't like.
It's not a test. It's just let's say you give someone a gift, you just want them to enjoy. That's all.
But when I asked you to sing the song, you said no. You refused.
Well, because you didn't want me to sing it because you wanted it.
I wanted Jules to hear it.
Yeah, okay. And why did you want Jules to hear it?
Because I think he will enjoy it.
See, this has nothing to do with me. That's the problem. Okay, I sound terrible. All right, I'll sing the fucking song. Way to make me feel self-conscious.
I believe you are entirely responsible for that. Buddy.
Oh, you're spending too much time around me. You're shrugging off any responsibility for the things you've done. I'll be right back. I'm warming up.
Hurry.
Mm. How are you today, Julius?
Doing quite well. How about yourself?
I'm alright. Herbie has been drinking most of the day, apparently.
Yeah, that does not surprise me. He seems like he is, in a cheery if bad in mood.
Hmm. Are you going back to the crossing tonight?
That's what I'm thinking. Probably good for me to make my way there, make my plans, all that. See if heard back from anybody, all that thing.
Alright.
You got anything you need? Anything I should bring over or gather,
No,
anything like that?
alright.
Okay.
Thank you for the offer.
Hard to hear? Okay.
I am curious as to how JJ, Mishka, and Charlie are doing. But I can wait.
Yeah, I'm curious too. Guess I'll find out soon enough though.
I would get someone a gift that I didn't think they would enjoy. Not that I didn't enjoy Herbie singing. I understand he doesn't sing anymore, and the fact that he wrote something and then performed it for me is special.
I think sometimes everybody just wants to feel appreciated, you know? I think, not necessarily you in particular, but a lot of the work he does around here, all that, kind of gets taken for granted by some folk. Especially something a little more personal, right? You know? He wants to, it's just feel good about the effort he's putting in. Yeah, I turned up the TeamSpeak a little bit. Say to see what.
Alright, you ready?
Oh, I am so ready, Herbie.
I lied to the train. Okay, that's the only reason I'm doing this is because I'm drunk. Otherwise, it'd be spiteful and petty as hell. You know, I had a friend. I'm already singing. Hold on, I need to wet my whistle. I probably should have more than a sip of this after all the rum I drank. I had a friend back in the roads that said I and themselves was a petty princess. Can you imagine that? Me?
You? Petty? Never. Never. They must have been talking about somebody else.
It's called vindictive. Petty is not strong enough. All right. This is a fine tune. It's called My Delilah or something like that. I think that's what it was. Yeah. All right. As always, I will do my own musical accompaniment when appropriate. All right. I forget how it starts, but it goes I saw the light on the night that I passed outside. Oh. I saw the flickering shadow of blood on her hands. She'll be my woman. Despite the danger, I knew that I'd be her man. My Delilah. Why, Delilah? I could see that we were destined to be. She'll be my pet, belonging to no one but me. La 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 la, boom, baka boom, pa pa pa. I crossed the hill and the jungle was still. She is waiting. I walked the path to her bar and she leaned on the door. I stood there smiling. I saw the knife in her hand and I smiled no more. What the fuck? My Delilah. Why, Delilah? So before my blood's all over the floor. Oh, please stop, Delilah. This wasn't what I had hoped for. I need some drum. Bum 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 bum. She chased me smiling. Ba-da-da. I felt the knife in my neck and she smiled some more. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, my Delilah. Ha-la-la-la-la. Why, Delilah? Ha-la-la-la-la. So before I cannot cannot breathe anymore. Oh, please stop, Delilah. This wasn't what I had hoped for. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, please stop, Delilah. You're beautiful, covered in gore. Ba, ba, da, ba, bo, da, 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 do. Yeah. Woo. I need to sit down. Woo.
Thank you, Herbie.
I can't. Okay, let me reset for a second.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even a train.
That was incredible. Herbie,
I'm a wonderful singer. I'm the greatest.
Would you like me to make you a drink, Herbie?
No, I'll get my own.
that is one of the more insane songs I have ever heard, Herbie, and I mean that in a very complimentary way.
Well, you ever heard the song I wrote for a woman about how big her husband's dick is?
That sounds like something you would write. I don't.
Pay me $100.
I've heard
Right?
about this song.
About my husband's and his huge penis.
Yeah, I've heard about this song, but I don't think I've heard the actual song.
Oh my God, this is just all rum. Hey.
It sounds like he
By the
wants
time
you
I
to
finish
sing
this, I'll be
another.
singing all of them. What's that?
It sounds like he wants you to sing another.
Yes, it does.
Isn't that what you wanted?
No. The fact that you assume at this point that I know what I want is very strange. You should know me better.
Well,
Stop
Herbie.
testing me.
I'm not testing you. What do you mean testing you?
I should ask you to sing for me.
What do you mean you should?
That
No,
would
if you
make
don't want to hear it,
happier.
you shouldn't ask for it. I don't want somebody to ask me to sing if they don't want to hear it. That's a waste of my time.
I do want to hear it. I did want to hear you sing, but just because it's because I think you will enjoy it doesn't
too
take
many
away
languages.
from the fact that I want to hear it.
Well, I like my art appreciated, but I appreciate why you want to hear it.
Herbie, thank you for sharing that song with me. That was
Oh,
delightful.
Of course.
Will you sing the penis one now?
The way she asked that.
When I finish my drink, I gotta remember all the lyrics. This will help.
Oh my God.
What's going on with you, Julius?
Well, planning on going back to the crossing tonight.
Oh yeah, everybody's going back to the crossing.
Mm-hmm. Got some work to be done, plans to be made. I don't know, either I kicked the shit out of Pearlie or he kicks shit out of me. I guess we will see.
You'll beat the shit out of him. Careful, he's in pretty good shape these days. The last time I saw him.
He's always been a hell of a fighter. Oh, I don't know. I mean, hopefully the whole
Looks
thing
like he
can
lost
be.
some weight last time I saw him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the only person I know that just starts eating a bunch of pasta and loses weight.
I mean, hopefully this whole thing can be resolved a bit more on the amicable side, but we'll see. What about you, Herbie? Anything?
That's what you gotta settle your poily stuff.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, that's good.
I have to figure out. Have I told you what he was saying?
No. What was he saying?
Apparently, he told Scrump that I ratted on the DiCenzos. I confessed to this. I apologized for it. And none of this happened. I don't know where the fuck he's getting that thing from, or why he thinks that. Yeah, it's very, very strange.
Yeah, you gotta sort that out.
Because, yeah, I do not like that one fucking bit. And then, when Scrump asked him, well, you know, what's to be done about it, Pearlie said maybe we take his fingers and his tongue so that he cannot rat on us anymore, which was fucking bizarre, so...
What the fuck is he talking about?
I do not know. I am not particularly happy. Well, here's the thing, right? Wallaby's been spreading that nonsense about that's why he stabbed me in the neck, because I ratted on him, right? What the fuck ever.
Yeah,
But that's no. Here's the thing, though. It gets very strange why one they think I specifically ratted on the DiCenzos. Two, why Pearlie's saying I apologized for it. The only contact I've had with the DiCenzos, I haven't even seen any of them since I got out of prison. The only contact I had was sending a telegram saying that Club Royale's withdrawn from the syndicate because I'm being accused of ratting, which is false. But given that these accusations have been levied, I'm leaving the organization. And that was it. So...
That's all those guys need to hear. I got accused of talking to the law because I was literally talking to a lawman. And they said, I don't want to see you talking to a lawman ever again. I said, well, where the fuck do I live? You got to control my personal life.
Well, see, here's the thing, right?
And here's the other thing. Look, how long were you in jail for?
Oh, God, a while. I mean, not as long as it could have been, really. But
long enough that this wallaby, he poisoned the well on you while you were away. Buddies.
Oh, yeah, no, they are thick as goddamn
that's it.
thieves.
This is like, oh, he did this, he did that. You shouldn't be mad at him. Yeah, that's it.
Well, see, here's the thing. Well, that part's not strange. Is that he told Scrump specifically that I ratted on the DiCenzos. Not just that I ratted on them. I told a lot of information about them specifically, and then the fact that he said that I apologized for it to them, which neither of those are at all true, even by Wallaby's account of things. So I don't know where the fuck that came from, or if it's some sort of misunderstanding. That's why I'm hoping that we can just talk this out and everything will be straight, but who the fuck knows?
Hey, you better be ready to blast him.
Oh, absolutely. I am, sadly, as much as I once was rather fond of Pearlie, yeah.
Delilah, what are you doing over there?
But no, I mean, truly, I don't give a shit.
Why are you all the way over there? Okay, you enjoy the sunset, I guess.
I know. Truly, I don't give a shit if the DiCenzos think I'm a rat or what the fuck ever. They don't trust me. Their trust is worth nothing to me. But this whole weird story that I'm hearing, I want to clear that shit up.
Yeah, people, this sprays, you know how people are about this shit. They just hear that word and they start saying, I gotta kill them.
Mm-hmm. I've already gotten a knife in my neck for all this nonsense. All I want now is for these idiots to keep my name out of their mouths.
Yeah, that's all. Listen, tell them to get the fuck away. I didn't talk about you once to anybody.
That's what I'm gonna tell old Pearlie, is that, the deal is, as far as the DiCenzos and really anybody else are concerned, Julius Bradshaw is dead, gone, nothing, irrelevant. I'm a ghost, and that is perfectly fine.
That's great.
And if he isn't too keen on that, well, things may have to escalate. We'll see.
Well, if you're not coming back, I'm taking your seat.
By all means.
Well, come over here. Nothing but trouble over there.
You are as jovial as you are demanding today, Herbie.
Well, I've been spending most of the day drinking more than usual, so. And that's saying a lot. I've been drinking beer more than I ever did running a bar. And that was, you know.
How have you been?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm fine, fine.
Fine.
It's slow here, but I don't mind it.
Well, I have a feeling with the shit we're up to, hopefully, it won't be quite so slow and quiet in the coming weeks.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'd prefer it to be a little busier. You know, more people means more problems, but it's still better.
Hey, there's no fun to be had, or money to be made, or excitement or anything without some problems coming along. So it is, well, part of the package, I think. But no, I think, you know, we put in the work, and soon enough we can have some good old civilians living down on the beach, get things up and running here, get our
That'd be nice.
business plans going. Just gonna take a little work, that's all.
The lemon juice must flow.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just the way, you know, the way things go, but it's always more work. And at some point you reach a point where you can don't have to do some work and things run by themselves for a little bit and then they die down and you got to do the work again.
Absolutely. It always comes in cycles.
I think I'm going to the cross a week somewhere. Natalie has a conference. She's speaking. No, I don't know. She's got to do something over. She's got like grant money. She's got to go talk to the university and something. I don't know, but I said I'd go.
Well, if you need some help or protection or anything like that, let me know.
Well, I mean, who knows? I don't think anybody wants to kill me. But
Well, I'm more for money's involved, right? Might be some ne'er-do-wells.
I think it's just they give her a grant, and she's got to go say, "Hey, can you please keep giving me money?"
I see.
The last time she went back to speak at the conference. She got fucking kidnapped by Morgan and his friends.
Well, see, I mean, less likely that Morgan's gonna kidnap her specifically, but somebody might, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel pretty good tonight, as Delilah so astutely noticed earlier. I don't know. I guess the past couple months I've been a little tense. You know, two of those fucking guys the law came to get the last like month ago, 2 months ago, whenever.
Yes, that was the hell they call themselves? I've seen them before on the
grumpy
crossing.
Guy and a couple of Irish people. Pruitt, that's it. Pruitt gang. They were looking for a fucking book or something. I don't remember. I talked to that. There was an Irish lady that talked to me, tell me about that.
Interesting.
I don't know. I don't know if it's me or the island, but you know, the Delilah Rabbit showed up, and Rabbit pulled me aside and said, "Hey, this is your official warning. We're coming over here. Get them." And you know, it was we have an agreement. It's supposed to be 24 hours notice, at least. It was not, but I wasn't feeling particularly. Well, that's not true. It's because my first reaction was, "That's not enough time," and I was getting upset. And then I started thinking other things. If they just came over and didn't tell me, yeah, I started thinking some very violent things. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's not healthy. I would have gone over and I would have probably shot that or stabbed or done something yeah. I don't like when this place is dismissed or disregarded.
You don't think violence is a appropriate response to being dismissed or disregarded?
Oh, no, I was going to pull outside that Chef Hoyster made the decision. If they didn't do it, and I would have completely destroyed her with some sort of physical violence. Undecided at this point. That would have been a big problem. But people have to respect this place. I don't know if that would have caused respect, but that's the thing I'm thinking about. You know, a little bit before that, this is months ago now. Christine and those bathhouse folks are over here, and Creep, Two Snakes, and Adelaide.
Yeah, I remember.
And at some point, Adelaide decided to use some particular words towards Bailey because her husband was being creepy to Bailey, right? Instead of yelling at her husband, she yelled at Bailey. Particularly strong words. Maybe, you know, something that the first couple of words you think an idiot, a jealous idiot would call a woman, you know? Those manner of words. And I heard about this afterwards. And I was like, well, next time she comes back, we gotta shoot her and throw her in the ocean. Right? And then, but luckily, I talked to Natalie, and I asked her what she thought, and she said, why? She just called her a name. What's the big deal? Also, if Bailey was upset, Bailey would have done something. It's fucking Bailey. I said, oh yeah. But I was ready to cause a giant incident. Like, that's a big overreaction when I thought about it. I probably don't want to be like that. Probably. Not sure still. Certainly, she gave me some perspective.
I think that's the balancing act, right? I don't want to fly off the handle, overreact when it is not necessary, but at a certain point in time, we do want to send the message that woman is not to be trifled with, not to be taken lightly. Figuring out when there's the time and place to send that message is the balancing act.
Well, that's true, and I agree with all that. But my true form, this is more about myself. And I wonder, or maybe I worry, that I'm just looking for an excuse to do something like that, you know? Because I can't just, I mean, not that I ever really, it's been a while since I behaved in such a manner, but, you know, I just can't do that as a militia. They're not going to be, I just can't run around. I don't want to just run around telling people what to do and shooting them. Well, maybe I do, but I want to boss people around all the time. That's why I'm here. But, yeah. But all those situations is, I have an excuse to do this now, you know? It's, someone disrespected the island. I'm allowed to go do something intense. Or, oh, they said something awful about someone in the militia. Now I'm allowed to react this way. I don't know if I'm pent up or I just, stuff's bothering me and it's coming out in the wrong way. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an angry, violent person these days. No. Maybe I'm drinking too much. That's definite.
I guess that's your challenge then, figuring out whether this is urges that need expressing or not.
Yeah, not a. I mean, what's it? I don't think I'll do it and be like, oh, I feel so better now. I always have overreacted, so. There's always, always. Sometimes you feel held back by people or circumstances, Like, maybe people that keep you in check. Oh, who knows if that's a good thing or a bad thing? It seems good most of the time, but you never know.
Think it's valuable to be kept in check.
Yep. I don't think everybody agrees with you, right, Delilah?
Describe what you see.
You're holding a card.
Describe what's on the card. Baby.
Well, I'll go literal at first. There's 3 people in a boat. One, a woman and a child. And it's covered by some cloak, shawl, or something. And a guy on the back pushing it across the water towards an island. And there's a bunch of, I assume 6 swords on it, but I'm not going to count right now.
What about the water in front of them
It looks pretty calm,
and behind them?
flat. It looks to be an easy journey, but the ladies huddle like it's difficult.
What about the water behind them?
A little bit on the bottom there.
Yes.
This is a little choppier than the rest of it. So maybe they're moving from a place of choppy waters to calm and smooth times on a lovely tropical island.
This card usually invites you to let go of whatever's holding you back.
He did not just pull this now by randomly.
Yes,
Whatever my word is. Did you pick that out on purpose?
No, I did not.
Literally just talking about that.
You know what I think, Herbie?
I do not. But I would like for you to tell me.
Personally, I think there is a certain value to having things keeping you in check, encouraging you not to follow whatever impulses you may have, right? Whether that is, like you said, people, circumstances, rule of law, that sort of thing. I think our entire society, civilization is built on things keeping people in check, right? But there's a certain sense of freedom to unshackle those chains, right? You gotta decide for yourself whether it is time to let yourself go or not. Not many people get the opportunity or allow themselves to experience real freedom, and I think real freedom also comes at quite the cost.
Well, we're all shackled by things. Some shackles are heavy and strong. Then you wonder what it'd be like if they were all gone. You didn't have this, but. Well, I only got a couple shackles left, I think, but for now, my shackle is a need to piss.
Make sure I'm not yelling anymore.
Would you like us to walk you to the boat?
Yeah, I think that'd be nice.
All right.
I think Herbert's taking a piss right now.
We can wait for him here.
Not sure if she heard that or not.
You should have pulled another card for your adventure.
Might pull one myself once I get to the boat. You know, I've been using my own cards more frequently these days. I was sitting up in the church thinking on what's been going on, plans I have, that sort of thing, and thought about Scrump specifically. Everything he's been through lately, whether bringing him here really makes sense, or if it's a little more selfish on my part. So I pulled a card, and guess what I pulled?
What did you pull?
The devil.
And what did that tell you?
I think both I and Scrump have been shackled in our own ways, similar to Herbie, right? And this is a good opportunity for us to stop denying ourselves a lot of things that we really want. You know, the devil's a lot about, generally speaking, a lot about negative habits, things, right, that constrain you, prevent you from being your true self. I think both he and I are at a crossroads. We have ourselves quite a opportunity right now.
Do you know what I always found interesting about the devil?
Let's say it.
The people
Hell.
on it have loose chains around their neck. They can slip out whenever they want, but they choose not to. Hello, Herbie. We were just walking Julius down to the docks. Would you like to join us?
Yeah, let's go. Après-vous. You want to hear a song about a guy with a big penis before I leave? Before you leave?
If you would like to sing it for us, I would adore
Well,
hearing
if
it.
I'm moving when I sing. It probably won't be as good, but I can still do it. You know, me not as good is still fucking fantastic.
Exactly. Well, if you want to stop and sing, or you want to walk with us and sing, either way, I'm all for it.
What this was called, his nickname was Two Towels. Because when apparently they met, or I don't know, a significant part of their coupling was she went into the washroom when he was in the tub, and he stood up to show his huge penis. Very romantic. But he needs 2 towels to cover it when he gets out of the bath. That's what I call them, 2 towels. This one, I might get out of breath doing it. Okay. I'll also skip the musical. There's a 2.5-minute musical solo at some point. I'll skip that. Okay, it goes like this. And what do you want to hear this song, Delilah?
Yes.
Okay, good. It goes on that one, and I do. He had a surprise especially for you. Something you thought you could not physically do. Gosh, that thing's long. Dang, that thing's long. Whoa, that thing's long. Yikes, that thing's long. He stands there dripping with water. You start to fear. Bump, 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 bump. You need to be 3 feet taller, baby, to make it disappear. Oh, wow, that thing's long. Damn, that thing's long. Christ, that thing's long. Holy fuck, that thing's long. He's got 2 towels across his thighs. There's no man that he cannot outsize. It ain't just long, that thing's also wide. He's got 2 towels across his thighs. This is where the musical solo would come in for 2.5 minutes, but we're gonna skip it. 2, 3, 4, go. Amazingly, you did the job and you're still here. But from the way you're limping down the street, baby, it's very clear. Holy shit, that thing's long. How the hell is that thing so long? Get the hell out of here, it's so long. Keep it the hell away from me, cause it's so long. Here we go, hold on to your hats. He's got 2 towels across his thighs and 2 more, and it still won't disguise. He's got 2 towels across his thighs. I can really not overemphasize. He's got 2 towels across his thighs. From down the street, he can fertilize. He's got 2 towels across his thighs. For the love of God, please shield your eyes. He's got 2 towels across his thighs. Drop to your knees and advance. Okay, I'm done. It goes on for another 15 minutes, like just doing the rhymes.
Well, it seems like, yeah. I did catch that part.
Yeah, it was very bad.
Seems
I
like,
got $100 for that bullshit.
yeah, she got her money's worth and then some. Goddamn.
Dude, it's $100 a foot.
$100 a foot.
That's all the math I can do right now. I'm sorry. I started to try to do calculations, and I went, nope. Did you like that one, Delilah?
Yeah.
Well, we learned something about you. You have great taste in music. That's what we learned. I was so out of breath.
Thank you for the gift subs. Well,
to
thank
be able
you.
to
Thank
hold
you
my
so much
breath.
for singing that.
I used to be able to hold my breath for 4 minutes.
It's actually really impressive. You must be able to swimmer.
Well, I can go underwater. Moving is not so great.
I see. I see.
I can swim. Yeah, it was actually, yeah. I had a jump in here and swim kind of lesson, you know. Boop, boo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo, boo-boo. I'm gonna throw up probably in about 30 minutes.
You've had that much to drink?
I have had a lot to drink. I wouldn't be singing these
Oh,
fucking songs
lordy.
if I didn't.
Trying to think the last time that I got sick from drinking. It was a close call during the festival, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. That was a party and a half.
I think we drank for like 6 hours straight. Just kept
Jesus.
going.
That's pretty good.
Drinking and fighting. Drinking and fighting.
Oh, people are going to think this place is Ireland. To keep doing that.
Shit, actually, now that I think about it, neither of you were here for the donkey races, were you?
Yeah, I missed the donkey race. I was going to say, you better be drunk before you get on a donkey and start chopping people.
I was sober as the day I was born for that.
That's a good idea.
It was a hell of a race, and nobody died, though we did have a close call.
Who was the close call?
Photographer, well, I mean, I got cut up pretty good too, and Bailey for that matter. But the photographer, she got trampled by a donkey. It wasn't even the machete that did her in.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I bet she didn't picture that when she got here. Hey!
Was a bit surprised she even wanted to participate, honestly.
Yeah, I met her the day before, I think, and I wouldn't have guessed. Hip.
You would have liked the donkey races. A lot of blood.
It's unfortunate I missed it. We'll have to arrange more.
You know what the funny part was? I was actually already disqualified by the time that I hit poor Bailey with that machete.
Why is that?
We're on the second lap, I think. And she rides by swinging at me, and I don't know what it was, but I just focused on her, completely missed the barrel. She's yelling at me, "You missed the barrel, right? You ain't gonna be able to finish the race." And I just chased her down and cut her up, honestly. And and then at the end, I was the first one across the finish line, and I said, "Look, I'll be honest. I missed a barrel. I'm disqualified, so I don't even win." It ended up being the photographer's brother, but I don't know. It was just something in me snapped, and I felt the need. I had to get to her. Luckily, she was fine. I actually ended up getting cut up worse than she did. Trying to get a damn ticket.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Not bad at all.
How long are you gonna be over there for?
I don't rightly know. At least until this shit with the DeChenz is dealt with, and I'll get a handle on how things are going in Van Horn and the West and elsewhere. Get this job done with
Get a hold of all other ones over there if you need any help.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, get all that taken care of and then kind of see where things stand. I don't like the idea of being away from here for too long, so it could be a few days, could be a week or so, just kind of depends how it all takes, but
Like I said, you need help, just give them a little telegram.
hmm.
Be careful, you're gonna miss your boat.
Yeah, I should get on there. Y'all take care, alright? You need anything,
Alright, we'll
see if
see
you
you
can get a
soon.
message sent over.
Knock some sensitive oily, for God's sakes. He used to be good.
Yeah, like I said, hopefully he listens to reason, because I do like the fella. I'd hate to do anything more violent regarding this whole mess.
Yep, but we gotta do what we gotta do.
Good luck with your chains, Julius.
Thank you. Took me a little while to realize it, but I think I've been shrugging them off ever since Wallaby put that knife in my neck, and hell, maybe even long before that.
I gotta grab that to eat. I'll grab some meat.
Yeah, get some food in your stomach, Herbie. You don't need to, you don't need making yourself sick now.
45 minutes.
Uh-oh, Chibi locked herself out.
Alright, we'll see you soon, Julius.
Yeah, I'll see y'all soon enough.
Make sure those fools over there do
I'll do what I can. Oh, wee. That was some fun scenes. I'm so glad we finally got to tell Delilah about the fucked up donkey races. I'm sure we'll get to go into more detail with that at some point, but I think even Julius is still kind of feeling it out for himself, where he's like, I enjoyed the donkey races, and I didn't feel guilty even for a moment. And I think it speaks a lot to Julius kind of figuring this side of himself out. Okay, baby girl. Let me locked herself out from her crate. Just take care of that. We're gonna go in a minute. Okay, we got a minute. 1 minute. 1 minute, baby girl. Also, thank you, Dirty X, for all the gift subs. Bit and Brush with the Prime sub, cheering on Herbie's song, which was amazing. And we got a couple anonymous gift subs as well. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I say how I feel like weirdly guilty sometimes when I've been away from streaming for a bit. And I'm trying to remind myself that at the end of the day, this is about having fun and telling cool stories, you know, and if I'm not up for streaming, trying to force myself to stream isn't valuable. So it's always really, really nice when I do feel up for streaming and I get that positive feedback. So thank you guys. Okay, coat on, bandana, coat. I think no vest. I've been on the fence about the vest. Well, actually, yeah, when I'm wearing the coat, I think yes, vest with the coat, but vest off when there's no coat. I think that's the look. Okay. Also, I think we're gonna change up this gun at some point. I should probably at least etch it. I feel like my game's been like a little laggy sometimes when I turned up my graphics because I got the new graphics card. Somebody riding through town quick. Okay, I still got some food on me. Yeah, I'm digging the new look. I don't know if this is the coat I'm gonna stick with ultimately, but I like that it's a, because we wore the purple fur coat for so long, so long. We got, oh yeah, we got all of our shit in this one. Interesting. I just want a new horse at some point for this arc. I think I know which horse I want, but I haven't decided for sure yet. So a little paranoid being here right now, just in case someone does want to pick me up. This is not a good place to be. Oh, Santi. Oh, are you ready for the Pearly telegram? I think this is going to be an unhappy telegram. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, Slocus. I'm trying to think of like how we want to put this. I think now that we've had a little bit of a clearer mind, we're gonna apologize for being so confrontational. I'm going to sign it, just Julius. Okay. It seems, unsurprisingly, my words have been rather twisted, to put it lightly, with some outright falsehoods sprinkled in. I apologize for being so confrontational. I had assumed the kid would be running a smear campaign while I was in prison, which was his doing, mind you, handing me over to law like that and specifically instructing me to tell them he was the one who stabbed me. But it's rather vexing to hear Scrump say such things. I do believe a conversation is in order. I have no intent to attempt to regain the trust of your organization. I think that'd be a fool's errand at best, but for the sake of old times, if nothing else, it'd be nice to ensure you hear the truth of what happened that day. Julius. I'll be in the sync for at least a few days. If not longer. That is to Pearly. So, history. Pearly and Pearly was the second bartender I ever hired at the Blue Pearl. And so he and Julius go way back. And they were quite good friends for a long time. Very deeply trusted each other. Pearly was actually named the bar manager, or head bartender, and ran a lot of the day-to-day operations while in real life I was moving and dealing with my real life, and so I really wasn't around very much, and Pearly basically ran the place to the point where a lot of people actually think that Pearly is like the one who founded the Blue Pearl, which also makes sense because the name, right? Pearly, Blue Pearl. But it's really that Pearly was, I would say, much more even than Julius's right-hand man at the bar. Like, he was a genuine friend and trusted confidant and all that kind of stuff. Pearly starts getting involved with the DiCenzos, and Julius is not, he's not really happy about it. Like I said, he's never liked the DiCenzos from way back during the Moonshine Racket where he first kind of got to know them. He's never liked the DiCenzos, so he was very much like, fuck. But, you know, it's Pearly's life. If he wants to get mixed up with these guys, that's his choice kind of thing, right? And Pearly got more and more involved with the DiCenzos, eventually leaving the bar completely so that he could essentially focus on working with the DiCenzos. Well, once he left the bar, he and Julius started slowly just drifting apart because they had so much other stuff going on, right? Pearly was gone from the bar. Julius was running Club Royale. They still would meet and talk and, like, you know, sometimes share information from time to time. But that was kind of the end of their friendship, just in the sense that they both had life kind of pulling them in other directions. I think this whole thing is kind of the nail in the coffin, as Julius is finally more open about his distaste for the DiCenzos and is very much over the whole, like I said, all these games that he played, right? Trying to, like, buddy up with the, you know, syndicate and things like that, right? Like, he never really believed in the syndicate. He said from the beginning that this is a ploy to gain more power for and information for the DiCenzos, and that's all that is, right? He's like, from the very beginning, he was like, the syndicate's bullshit. It's just to gain power and information for the DiCenzos. It's the only reason why they're doing it. They're not doing it because they genuinely care about the East or care about these other crews or anything like that, right? It's for them. It's for them. And because of that, I know I should be a part of it because I can potentially gain things too. And that was why we joined the syndicate in the first place. And the way this whole Wallaby thing has gone down and the smear campaign and all that, like, it's put the nail in the coffin where Julius is like, I will never be friends with the DiCenzos again. They're never going to trust me again, and I don't want them to trust me again. I don't care. Like, this game that I was playing in the East, it's over. It's done with. I don't want to try to turn things around because I have other things that have gained my attention. Okay, who wrote me while I was doing that? Oh. Burke. Prospect. Burke. Who's Burke? Fuck. Oh my god, brain, work. Who is Burke? I know Burke. Burke is fuck. Split's character, I'm pretty sure. But what is Burke's? Oh my god, it's been too long. What is Burke's crew? He's New Redwater? New Redwater? Fuck. I don't remember. Who am I telegramming? Ugh. Okay. Shit. Oh, yay! Shay at least. Landon Burke. Yes. Yes. Landon Burke. That sounds right. A dirty mercenary, probably. Yes. This was like, I feel like we must have met pretty like right before the bench. I just, oh my god, my I'm struggling to remember. My brain. All my brain fell out when I was playing Danny and has been replaced with glitter slime. I know Burke. I'm just trying to remember the context of how I know him. My character's called Bert. People always say Burke. Yeah. Okay. The dude that hurt Lily. I think you're talking about the Lily I don't know. But fuck. Yeah, I think we met Burke because he's running around with Shaw. I think Burke and Shaw are running around together. Can we kill him? I mean, maybe if we have reason to. Depends on which Lily you're talking about. If it's Dr. Lily, Julius might actually be down. If it's like there's like a criminal Lily, right? Or like a bathhouse Lily that Julius doesn't know at all. Bathhouse? Yeah. Julius does not know that Lily at all. Okay, Santiago. I was talking shit with you. Oh yeah, Chando. Oh yeah. So one of our first jobs back in the day was this awesome. This was pre-Scrump. It was this one of like the first Club Royale jobs. We did this awesome train bit where we rented a train and we told the company that we were transporting goods to the Melee Market, which was put on by Taipan, right? And we even had this cover story picked out with the help of Mr. Ko, back when he was still with Taipan. And so the idea was that we were going to say we were transporting goods to Melee Market, but what they really were is they were goods that we had stolen
and this is like all role played out. Like it wasn't actual goods, right? But it was like things that we had stolen from all around the crossing. And so what we did is we rented this train and we went from stop to stop, like role playing out, filling the crates with goods. And it was basically what it was supplies to rebuild Armadillo. Or rebuild the West really in general, because that was like what the Del Lobos were initially about, was like we want to get goods and money to New Austin to help rebuild it. Oh, there's somebody here. Howdy there. And so what we did is we load all these goods onto the train.
Landon has Clark and Blackwater.
And that's Clem, but they're busy. I'm not going to say anything. And also it was me on the train with the Freemans, who were this gang out of the swamps. And so I quote unquote hired the Freemans as security. But of course, what was really happening was we were loading all these stolen goods onto the train. We take the train all the way to Riggs Station, Wallace Station. And then at Wallace, Club Royale, in disguise, pops out, fake robs the train, and then takes off with the goods to drop off to the Del Lobos. So it was like this really fun, like 3-gang event that we created. Howdy. It's been a minute.
Hello.
Hello, you sound like you got a lot going on right now.
Zoe has a lot going on right now. I got time.
I see.
Not a lot. I'm clocking off duty. I don't feel great, so.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, that's okay. How are you doing?
I'm alright. Yeah. Things are,
Really fluffy coat.
Yeah, well, it's pretty cold up here.
You look very, You look great.
Thank you. Well, if you want to chat for a bit, I got a few more telegrams to send, but be happy to talk once you're off duty and don't got other responsibilities to worry about.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the office for about 15 minutes, and then I should be right out.
Okay, yeah. No, that sounds all right to me.
Maybe less, maybe more. I'll let you know. Anyway.
But yeah, exactly. So we did a mock robbery to make them think that it was a real robbery, because we were just trying to cover the tracks of this, and really the idea was just to give everybody role play, right? It was neatly convoluted, but the thing is that nobody actually like ended up ever figuring it out. So that was one crime that we never got punished for. Nobody involved got punished for, because the law never figured it out. Yeah, it was super. It was just super fun. You know, we got multiple gangs involved. You know, Freeman's got paid, we got paid. Like big ups to the Del Lobos for paying us. They paid us a lot of money. I think it was like $4 or $5 grand in total. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe it was like $2 grand. But point was, it was a significant amount of money, so that way we could get paid and the Freemans could get paid, and there was no actual benefit to it. Like I think they got some bandages and bullets, and most of the other stuff was not even like actual resources, you know? It was really just for the role play. So big ups to them for doing that. That's one of the reasons why I like grinding out money, so that I can pay people to do quests that, you know, aren't even necessarily actual in-game benefit. But yeah, it was super fun, and that really cemented the friendship between Julius and the Del Lobos, and specifically Santiago. And the thing is, oh yeah, exactly. And that was the same night we met the Rude Boys for the first time, because then the Rude Boys tried to rob us when we were bringing the train back to Valentine. So then we were threatened with a real robbery. But yeah, that really cemented the relationship between them, and we haven't really had the opportunity to work together since then. And so I'm really excited to see what Santiago has to say, because if it's like, I want a war with the law, right, Julius isn't really down for that. But there may be some other things that we can do together. Fables coming in with the raid. It turned shootout with Rudy. I wouldn't say it was really a shootout with the Rude Boys. Like they fired off some shots and ran away. I hope you talked to. Oh no, Chando! I'm so excited, so excited. Ugh. There's so much cool potential. Like Julius. What if Julius and Scrump run around with the Del Lobos? How sick would that be, right? I really like this post Club Royale arc we've got going on. You know? And I actually, like, I'm selfishly very happy that Scrump and Julius are in this, like, weird, like, we're feeling each other out again stage, but we're still brothers, you know? We're brothers that have been separated from by time and life, but we're still here for each other kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. A pair of free agents. Like that, Scrump is the only person in the crossing that Julius really has any feeling of responsibility towards right now. And it's because he knows bad shit went down in Australia and he doesn't want to push him on it. But he also knows that Scrump needs somebody there. Is Bradshaw planning to speak to Jesse Gold at all? I don't think he really has any reason to right now. He doesn't even know that Jesse's around, right? He doesn't know anything about what's going on in the West. I would love to roleplay with Zeus. I, Tank, would love to have that conversation. But I think it'll happen naturally because... I mean, Jesse's always struck me as a schemer, right? He's scheming too. He and Julius have that in common, where they're kind of big picture guys and they're schemers. And I think as Guarma establishes itself and as Jesse establishes himself with his goals, eventually their paths are going to cross naturally. And what exactly that means, who knows? But yeah, he and Jesse kind of never really hit it off because Julius didn't totally trust him. I mean, one of Julius's first interactions with Jesse was Charles Devine screaming like Jesse's untrustworthy, basically, at that gambling night. Charles Devine running around basically being like, you know, oh, Jesse, I have heard what he said, but he was like, Jesse's a liar. You can't trust Jesse. He's a snake. I think that was it. Snake was the word he used. He's such a snake. And Julius was like, man, if your best friend is publicly screaming about how you're a snake, maybe you're not scheming as cleverly as you think you are, you know? So I would say Julius would definitely be wary of Jesse, but willing to hear him out. And I could see that creating some really cool RP if and potentially when it happens. G-Pat, thank you so much for that gift sub. Appreciate it. And Fables, thank you so much for the raid. Sorry, we are chatting about stuff, roleplay stuff, where we're at in the story, who we're going to be talking to. I mean, I still would love to meet with Jabas at some point. It may be difficult until he's around more frequently. But because like I know he's kind of got his like end game story going on. So we'll see where that goes. He and Julius were never really close, but always had like a good relationship. So I don't know. We'll see. I also am really, really, really hoping for some Julius and Kettleman interactions. Because, I mean, Julius has said this in character, right? That he feels like he understands Kettleman more than he ever has. And not that he ever would have teamed up with Kettleman, but sometimes he wonders if he should have broken things off with Summers sooner and gone against Summers. And gone against Van Horn. Scrump told you he'd telegram Kettle, right? Yep. And I think knowing Julius, he'll try to get himself involved in that meeting if he can. I don't know in character or out of character if that'll line up or if Scrump would even want that. But Julius would probably try to be involved in that. But yeah, I mean, we even said that the one like rule that Isabella gave Julius was that you can't ever work with Kettleman. And Julius, on his Dark Julius arc, is basically like, well, I don't plan on it, but if it's going to benefit me, I might do it anyways. What Isabella don't know won't hurt her. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Isabella doesn't even know Julius is back yet, which is fucked up. OC apologies to Sneaky, who I adore. But Julius has been deliberately not telegramming her back. Okay, let me finish telling Santi. I mean, I would so love a Julius Kettleman, maybe not even friendship, but at least like better understanding of each other. I think we were coming closer to it near the end of the first Summers Gang arc, but then, you know, we went to jail and all that stuff, and it just like it never really happened. Like, for those of you guys who don't know, kind of, right, there was that long war. And then there was the night, actually, that Summers got captured, we met with Kettleman Gang. It was Julius and Summers Gang. No, Julius ran the Crown Jewels, which was its own gang, but we worked very, very, very closely with Summers Gang. This was before, like, the Alliance rules, and honestly, for a while, we were basically interchangeable with Summers Gang. And then, towards the end of that arc, Crown Jewels were like, hey, we need to separate ourselves. We want to do our own thing. We don't want to be Summers lackeys anymore, basically, right? We're our own crew, and it's time that we show it. So that was what we were working on. Like, we were discussing basically setting off on our own much more than we had been in the past. Anyways, so at the end of that arc, there was a point where we met up with Kettleman Gang. And we were talking about the war, basically, right? And at one point, Jack and Summers go off on their own to go chat. And of course, what we find out later is that this was when Summers was selling out Holly Frost to Kettleman. But while they were having this conversation, Julius was actually chatting with Clayton and Mills. And he kind of had a moment where he was like, I like Clayton. I think we could get along, actually. Now, sadly, that never came to fruition because then Summers went to prison that night. And then we found out about the betrayal. And then we were on our own for a bit because things went south very fast after that, right? Summers goes to prison. That night or the next day, I want to say it was even that night, that same night, was the night that Michael and Wanted's character, what is his name? I'm blanking. Michael and Wanted's character, whose name is escaping me right now, they were killed, I think, that same night. And then and Obi had just died recently. Torres had just died recently. Everybody else was in prison, basically. And Julius was on his own for a bit, including Isabella. Isabella was in prison. Ollie was gone at this time. It was just Julius and Holly was basically in hiding because Kettleman was hunting her. So Kettleman announces he's going to do this outlaw tournament, poker tournament, and Julius is like, I have to be there. And it was really because he didn't give a shit about the money. He was just like, the outlaws who make it to this outlaw tournament are going to go down in history kind of thing, right? And I want that. This is still when we were very much like the fame. That was what Julius's main goal was. And so he's like, I have to go to this tournament. And so that was where Julius and Kettleman kind of became friends in a weird way. Like, I wouldn't even go that far. At least became more friendly with each other. And Kettleman was like actively helping Julius evade the law. That was when we struck the deal with Carter, and we told Kettleman about it. We said, hey man, we struck this deal with law where they think that I'm gonna rat on you, but I'm not telling them shit, you know? Anything I tell them about you, I'm gonna tell you about first, right? So we can do things like, oh, well, the tournament's gonna happen at this location, but the law already knows that kind of thing, right? We'll give them information they already know to try to make it look legit. And anyways, point is that Kettleman was actively, like, there's one point where Julius is in the telegram office and we see Banks ride by, and Julius is like, oh fuck, and Kettleman's like, you're wanted, aren't you? Julius is like, yeah. Kettleman's like, cool, if he comes in here, I'll shoot him, basically. So yeah, so they had this like the budding potential friendship there. But then, of course, the tournament doesn't happen. Kettleman goes to prison. Julius goes to prison that same night as well, because the law finds him, and they're like, hey, there's no tournament, so you're going to turn yourself in, right? And that's when Julius was like, yeah, I'm here to turn myself in. You definitely didn't catch me unaware, and I definitely was planning on sticking to my end of the bargain. And then we went to prison, and then after that, Julius and Kettleman just kind of went their separate ways. And they didn't really cross paths with each other again. At least not in that way. So I would love to build out their relationship more. Because here's the thing, right? Is that Isabella understandably still holds a huge grudge against Kettleman. Julius really doesn't. And I think, again, that speaks kind of more to this amoral streak that Julius has, where to him he's like, yeah, Kettleman did that to you and it was horrible, but you had your chance to get your revenge, because at one point we had Kettleman captured, and Isabella like stabbed him with a knife, and I don't remember if she did anything else to him. I think she just stabbed him. Maybe she branded him as well with a hot knife. But like that was it, you know? But it was like Julius gave her the floor. He said, you know, you get your revenge. Or Julius and Summers did, really. They gave her the floor and said, you get your revenge, do whatever you want to him, torture him, whatever you feel is appropriate. And so in Julius's mind, it's kind of like, well, this has been settled. And if you're not actively posing a threat to me or, you know, somebody I care about, she did burn him? I thought so. So Julius is very much like, I mean, yeah, it happened, but it also happened a long time ago. And Julius's relationship with guilt and sense of responsibility is also very interesting, which I think we're starting to see a little bit of. Okay, so Fables is still in the office. I'm going to take a leak and get some water. It was in an alley? No, it was in the burned down sheriff's office in Van Horn. I remember that specifically. And yeah, and that's why I think, because she heated the knife over that fire on the second story. I'm going to walk all the way to the edge, and then I'm going to go to the bathroom. But yeah, so, I mean, there's really... The Wallaby team-up is sadly dead in the water now. Vert was even DMing me like, oh man, I was kind of hoping that we were going to rob a bank with Julius, but that's never going to happen now. That's dead in the water. That relationship's dead in the water. Relationship with the DiCenzo's dead in the water. chance of relationship with Zip and his crew very low because of their beef with Morgan and the fact that Julius is not a fan of Hannah because of the shit that she said about Ro. Ro may not be present, but Julius is not like Hannah. What other crews? Bradshaw stock is low. I'm buying. But yeah, so then for good relationships with the DiCenzos for sure. I mean, not the DiCenzos, God. Del Lobos, that's what I meant to say. Good relationship with the Del Lobos. I think it sounds like our relationship with the Pavi is still going to be good. We'll see when we actually meet, but that was a very warm telegram from Shay, and I don't think that he would send that under false pretenses. Who knows? But I don't think he would, from what we know of Shay. Good relationship still with Hathaway and his crew. Even to the point where, I don't know if you guys saw that, Hathaway asked Julius if it was okay to tell Wallaby that Julius was in Van Horn. So that's a pretty big deal. And of course Hathaway saying like, I want to stay neutral. That's why like I didn't want to say that if it was going to get you in bad shit. But like I think it does speak very highly that Hathaway was even willing to ask Julius that and not just do it. As far as we know, we're still on good terms and friendly with the bastards. I would say we're neutral with Kettleman probably unless Mills has Kettleman's ear, in which case Kettleman might be against us. Who else? Neutral with Rude Boys and Kelly Gang, as far as we know. We met the Woods Gang while we were in prison, Thomas Woods. So I would say still neutral on that front, but potentially positive there. Friendly with the remnants of Redwater, whatever they're calling themselves now. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. Neutral with Pruitt Gang. I could definitely see us being friendly with Pruitt Gang, though. Anyways, I said I was going to go to the bathroom. Let's do that now. Let's do it. I also need to telegram the Gorma people. Oh, thirsty. Pruitt gang could be a good fit for Scrump schedule-wise. Oh, I would love that. I would love to see Scrump team up with Pruitt's.
Hello, sir.
I would also selfishly love to team up with Pruitt's because I adore those role players. Pierce Baker is brought to you by the Guarma Tourism Commission. Guarma, come ride our wild asses. Absolutely. Absolutely, G-Pat. Okay, who do I have to write? Okay. Too many notebooks. Why do I have multiple notebooks? Okay, that one only has 1 page left? Fuck, I need to use that up. That's why I have it like that. Okay. NN 106.
Still telegramming, huh?
I took a little break, got some fresh air. Well, as fresh as it gets in Ansburg, and yep, now I got a couple more to write I forgot about.
Okay, I'm gonna be by the office still. Thank you for waiting on me, though. I appreciate you.
Has Bradshaw reached anyone from the Bastards or Jesse Gold? Not Jesse. We did reach out to the Bastards a while ago. When did they write me? Or I reached out to Jabaz specifically. When did he write me back? Yep. A month ago. So, I think I sent a follow-up to him, but I don't remember. If I don't hear something from him in like a week, I'll probably write him again. But yeah, it's howdy old friend. Let me know when you're next available. We can meet. I'm highly wanted. You're right. Mishka. Writing the Terror Twins. That's what I'm calling them from now on. Mishka and JJ, these like creepy little twins, and I love it. All right.
Okay. So, long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while.
What's been going on?
Are you actually off duty?
Oh my god. Yeah?
I'm teasing. It's good to take a little time to yourself sometimes.
Sorry, I can never quite get the pin. Sorry, bear with. Got it.
Well, I assume you heard about what happened to me.
I remember something vaguely about you getting hurt, but I don't know the details, so...
Oh.
I honestly, I try to stay out of reports, of people that I know, in regards to certain things, just, you know... I just try to be respectful. I don't want to get involved in business where I might have a bias, so...
Yeah, fair enough. Say, just to be on the safe side, you alright with walking somewhere a little less conspicuous?
Yes, that's fine. I am gonna double check one thing though.
No. Do what you gotta do.
We got a whole army of people on duty tonight. Julius.
Are you checking to make sure that I ain't no trouble?
Yeah, I was. I wish I hadn't. Can the less conspicuous place please be the cells?
Tell you this much, if I was wanted, I would not be here chatting with you right now.
You are very wanted.
I'm very wanted?
You are wanted, sir.
What the fuck am I wanted for?
Wow, rude, first of all. It looks like you robbed a bank.
What the hell? I have not done anything since I was last in prison. Barely even been in the crossing since I got out of Sisika.
We have your fingerprint.
When did this bank robbery happen?
So, I get confused with numbers. It says 4/2/1902.
So that was either this 4-2, right?
So it's either
April.
February or the other one. April.
How the hell did I get charged with this? That was long before I went to prison.
This last got updated a little while ago. Jeez.
See, somebody screwed up because I confessed to everything that they asked me about.
I'm very confused too, because this is pretty old, and you did get that. I'm very confused.
I wonder if somebody just didn't get all the paperwork together correctly or something, because... No, they matched my fingerprints later is what happened.
I gotta read through this paperwork. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm trying to
No,
figure this
no,
out.
do your job, do your job. So I think what...
I mean, there's only one person that's been arrested for this.
Only one person that's been arrested for this.
Exactly. We've got one unknown, and then we got two named, and then another two unknown, two named, and three named. One's been arrested.
I just don't understand why the hell I didn't get charged with this. Or if I didn't get charged with this when I got arrested.
I don't either. Let me see. The two of the three fingerprints matched on the 18th of the 5th month, which is May. And then, so this was last update. This was last checked out on the 21st of May. So, I don't know how or why this has been missed. But I do know you did get that you were arrested. So I don't know why this is still up. Maybe this was missed off the paperwork. I tell you what. Who arrested you when you first went to Sisika? When you said you confessed?
Oh, goodness. I honestly don't remember because Wallaby stabbed me, dropped me off at the sheriff's office, and then it's all a little fuzzy. I think McGregor might have been there. Hurst. I want to say Hurst as well. No, maybe not. Shit. I don't remember. There's probably a little report about me getting stabbed and all that.
Okay, bear with. I'm gonna have to look for that now.
No. Do what you gotta do. I get it.
You stole the horse?
Yeah, I stole a couple horses.
Oh my god.
I stole Bolton's horse
Despicable.
from right outside this telegram station.
Oh my god, please, no. Just don't steal my horse.
I mean, I'd try not
Later
to if I
attached to
can
my
avoid it.
buddies.
Hey, they found her horse safe and sound. I ran it till it was tired, I ditched it, and I hid in the woods. No, I actually, this totally could be legitimate. April 2nd, which job was that? I have to go back and look through my VODs. Because we were normally pretty open about it being us, but maybe there was one where we didn't get identified.
I'm sorry, this is... I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna look into that a little bit further, because I feel like you should have been arrested for that. Yeah, I'll ask around about it, but just know you are wanted for that. But I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change the status of it for now. Just because I know you got arrested recently. For you were in Sisika for a while, because I remember seeing you in there.
Yeah, yep, I got arrested for, I thought, everything. So that's why I said I don't know if it was a paperwork issue or what, but it seems rather strange I didn't get processed for this.
Things were tucked away in the cabinets, and when they shouldn't have been, so it may have been just pulled out. So you may actually have to serve your time for this.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I feel like the issue has arisen. That's what I feel like it is. Do you hate me?
I don't hate you for doing your damn
I'm
job,
sorry.
but I mean, maybe cut me a little bit of slack based on the fact that I already served time in prison for one, and you know, for two, I'm being so polite and compliant and all that.
What I'm gonna do is forward this to the people that originally arrested you, and I'm gonna find out who they were, and see what their verdict is on it, and let them decide.
Please, let's at least
I'm-
verify that
so,
I ain't already
yeah,
served my
that's,
time for this.
Exactly, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I know you got arrested for a lot, and this is so old. That's why it's raising up. You know, the bells are ringing. So.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay, I'll update that later. I'll remember to look into that later. Less inconspicuous. Where do you want to go?
Honestly, you got anywhere in mind? Any preferences? I don't really care.
No. I hate Roanoke, but I don't mind.
I mean, honestly, we don't even necessarily need to go that far. We can probably just go up on the hill or something, and
Okay,
know.
perfect. Works for me.
How you been?
Well, you know, ups and downs.
Sure.
It's been a little rough lately.
Good evening, sir.
What about you?
Well, you know, well, all things considered, not too terrible. I mean, like I was mentioning a little bit earlier, basically what happened with that whole mess was, I very foolishly tried to give Wallaby some information to, help him out, and in return, he became very paranoid, convinced that I was ratting on him, put a knife in my neck, and then dropped me off on the porch of the sheriff's office in Rhodes.
Were you ratting on him?
No. At least not,
Yeah.
not yet. I could have, sure. if I even had anything worth a damn. But
He's an impulsive fool, is what he is. He makes his mind up about someone, and that's it, it's locked in.
mm-hmm.
He did that to me. I had the audacity to say no to him back in the day. And suddenly he flipped on me. Called me a flip-flop or somebody that wasn't loyal, when that wasn't the case at all.
It was my own stupid mistake, honestly. So it goes. Of course, puts me in a rather unfortunate position. I mean, not only get caught, serve my time, all that, what the fuck ever, that was gonna happen eventually, one way or the other. But, yeah, him running around telling everybody I'm some ratting son of a bitch is not exactly good news for me.
I guess all that life is a game of who can be paranoid the least or most, you know?
I ain't too worried about his opinion of me, or his crews, or anything like that. I'll right the situation, but it is what it is, right? These things happen, and respond to them.
I don't understand Wallaby. I don't know. Peaches seems to care about him a lot, but
oddly enough, I do understand, or at least to an extent. I know Summers got real fucking paranoid, especially by the end. Real brutal, too. Unfortunately for Wallaby, he seems to lack a lot of Summers' cleverness.
as much as I was scared of Mr. Summers, I don't think he liked me very much. Like, I respected him with the, I suppose the name he had made for himself, you know? There was one time Mr. Summers asked me for a telegram of someone, and I gave it to him, but that person had changed their telegrams a couple of times, and I gave him the wrong one, and I realized the next day. So I was like, Mr. Summers, you can't be mad at me. And he was like, Clementine, like in his little angry, deep voice. I can't go that deep. And I was like, Mr. Summers, you have to promise not to be angry at me. And he went, what did you do, Clementine? And I was like, I gave you the wrong telegram. And he was like, God fucking damn it. And he stormed off. He was really angry because I had interrupted like a little meeting they were having, and I ran off, and he followed, being like, get down here right now. And that's when I lived in Van Horn.
You know, in a sick way, I kind of miss him sometimes. Not the more vile habits, sure, but oh, you're really concerned about me confessing that? Okay.
So
to be
I'm
clear,
so
I'm only
sorry.
talking hypotheticals. Golly.
I just, you know, I was thinking about my Van Horn days and how when my eyeball came out, I was resting there in that room upstairs, and then I realized that's where Wallaby took me when he kidnapped me from Mansburg. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially in the early days, Summers wasn't so bad. It's odd to say now, but he was a reasonable fella. I think, to at least some extent, he genuinely cared for his people. We had a lot of stupid nights of just shooting the shit and having fun. I mean, eventually it all went awry, as these things do, but it's funny to think all these legacies he's left behind. I feel like very few of them capture who he really was.
Is there anyone else you miss?
I mean, I miss my boys all the time. Miss OB, miss Michael. Hell, I miss Holly. It's one of the few who actually made it out of this godforsaken place. Good for her. Miss Cyrus a lot too. Yeah, that man was
I
brutal.
knew any of those people.
Yeah, they're all from the old days.
Oh, look at that, Mr. Bradshaw. You're becoming an old-timer.
I am. So young and naive when I first came out here, and yeah, it was a long time ago now.
Yeah, weren't we all? How old are you, Mr. Bradshaw?
How old do you think I am?
"32?"
I think running around hiding in forests and building campfires ages a man.
22.
Oh, now you're trying to flatter me. No, I'm 28.
Oh, I wasn't far off.
No, you weren't that far off.
Yeah, I'm almost 20.
You're almost 20. My God.
I know. I don't really know when my birthday is. I just know it's in the summertime, so I just told Rabbit to pick a day. And that'll be it.
How's Rabbit doing these days?
Better.
Good. You know, right before I went to prison, Club Royale broke up, and I know some folks are back around, but
Oh,
don't think the
who-
gang's getting back together.
I'm not really aware of who was in Club Royale. But, I'm sorry. I know that gang breakups are hard.
Yeah, hard, but necessary perhaps. You know, sometimes you need some time, some clarity on things, right? Crossing Shores Hill moves fast, though. There's all sorts of things that have been going on in my absence.
I got thrown off a mountain.
Really?
And then I got shot in the face by one of the same people, like a day later. Was in a coma for a bit. Then I went to Gorma. Gorma was lonely as heck. Came back, and the crossing's been on fire ever since.
God damn.
That's what you missed with Clementine.
Well, shit. Glad to see you're standing at least.
That's because I got good people around me, so I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, it's important.
You should, that's what you should strive for yourself, Mr. Bradshaw. Good people. That'll actually have your back.
What do you think makes a good person?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I want to be good. I think I'm being good. That I can be a person worthy of living up to the badge and everything. I'm trying. But I don't know if I really am. We'll see.
I mean, the way I see it, as long as, at least as the badge goes, you know, you're trying to help people, trying to protect people. That's kind of the point, right?
Somebody screamed at me today saying that I was two-faced. Which, you know, I think I'm one of the most brutally honest people in this place. So.
Was this person a deputy or an outlaw or otherwise?
Oh, no, it's somebody that I think has a lot of sympathy for outlaws. Her brother passed away because he robbed a bank and unfortunately got shot down.
You know, that's the funny part. So many people, they want to be outlaws, they want to be crooks, they want to be thieves, and yet they don't seem to accept the risks and the consequences that come with such a thing.
I think that's part of the reason why I stopped. There was a bank robbery I did with the Bell Gang, and the deputy who shot at me shot the box off the back of the horse that I stole clear off, and it just froze me to my saddle. I'd never seen a deputy shoot so well before. I'd never seen anybody shoot so well before, and if that bullet was just a little bit further up, that could have been me, you know. And I'd never been shot by law before. It's funny that I'd only been hurt by other criminals, really. I think the closest that happened was Malone pistol whipped me one time.
Malone pistol whipped you, my goodness.
Yeah, I tried to push him off a train. I deserved it. Knocked some sense into me, though.
Always curious what people like that think should happen instead, right? Y'all just let criminals run amok, hurting people, killing people, robbing banks, putting lives at risk. Always play nice with the kitty gloves no matter how much violence they commit. It's fascinating, really. Sure, there's some deputies who are assholes or abuse the power they're granted, right? I mean, shit. Back home, New York was full of crooked cops. Couldn't throw a rock down the street without smacking one of them in the head. But
I get it.
yeah, I mean, y'all ain't trying to at least keep some semblance of order in the world, then the fuck do they think the alternative is, huh?
I don't know. I mean, I suppose the same could be said about me talking to you here right now like a person, you know? I'm not doing this because we were friendly. Well, I guess I am, but it's, I don't know. It's good to remind both sides that we're both just human, right? You're not a monster. I'm not a monster. Unless I have to be.
Hey, now, we definitely are friendly. Even if we haven't always seen eye to eye, right? Come
you
on
promise
now.
you won't shoot me in the face? If I pull a gun on you in a Sisika transport, you won't shoot me in the face?
Wait, what is the context here? You just talking hypotheticals?
Hypothetically, I got shot in the face out west because the guy took up an issue with me because I pulled a gun on him in a Sisika transport. I do like a whole thing when I do a Sisika transport, and it's really cool actually. I spent a long time perfecting it, and I think it's really intimidating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
shit.
if we go to Sisika one day together.
I
Which
was
hope
gonna
not,
say,
but-
well, now I gotta see it. Maybe you just arrest somebody in my presence, and then I can witness it without being personally involved. How's that sound?
Okay, so if I show you it, it's not gonna scare you by the time we do it, and you're not gonna believe it. But it's that cougar's really getting on my nerves. Can you hear it?
I cannot actually, oddly
There's
enough.
a cougar to the left somewhere. I don't know where, but it's on your side.
It could be up
So-
in the goddamn mining office now. You know, once a cougar ran up in there
Don't
while we
be
was having a
stupid.
meeting.
They don't have thumbs. They can't open the door.
No, it is not. I mean, if somebody leaves the door open and they get hungry enough, they climb right up in there. It scared the absolute piss out of us. We were having a little meeting. Next thing I know, Isabella pulls out her gun. I say, Isabella, why do you got your gun out? And then the fucking cougar charges through the door. I shit you not.
I don't believe you.
It's the guy's honest truth. Cross my heart, hope to die.
But anyway, yeah, he shot me in the face. So that's where this bad boy comes from.
Well, I'll promise you this much. No matter what the future holds, I will do my absolute best to avoid harming you. Or really any deputy. I mean, Jesus Christ. In the entire however fucking long I was running around robbing banks, being a goddamn menace, he shot at y'all once, and that was not of the boat robbery when we tried to escape. That was, I think, the only time that I was actually shooting at you folks. So yeah, I do what I can. I try not to cause unnecessary violence. At least not like that. I mean, Christ.
I'm just trying not to be a monster anymore. I don't know.
I can tell you this much. The fact that you're trying means you ain't a monster. Monsters don't try to be better. Monsters don't try to be anything other than what they are. trying to be better means you're goddamn human.
I mean, I've done some terrible things. I've poisoned people, hurt people. I don't know. Just figured it's about time I pay it back, right? The kindness that I was shown that I didn't deserve. And I figured if those deputies did that for me, then I can at least try and do that for other people. And I fucking try. So I'll be honest with you. I'll lose my temper with people. I've always struggled to control my anger. Always.
Sure.
I'm a lot better now than where I was a year ago. For sure. But goddamn, some people test me. But, yeah. I'm trying not to be that angry monster of a fireball.
Like I said, give yourself a little credit. Change takes time. But I guess that's the other thing too. Until we're 6 feet under the dirt, we always get second chances, at least to a certain extent, right? I mean, shit. I got a more or less clean slate in front of me. Opportunity to figure out what I'm gonna do with myself, right?
Well, not to bring up a sour subject, but just to manage your expectations on that. I'm not saying you're never gonna get arrested for that. I'm saying it's on hold until I talk to until I talk to a senior about it or a sheriff.
No.
Just make sure because I feel like all the reports about you are not at my station. So I'm gonna ask some people about things because that whole situation sounds very intense. So I'm gonna ask around, and if it turns out you didn't get processed for it, you might indeed have to be processed for it. So I'm managing those expectations, but it's not. It's not like you're going away for a year, right? I think it's about 3 months.
For the record, I wasn't even talking about that. That'll get figured out one way or the other. And like I said, I mean, shit. Especially if it's gonna, earn me some brownie points. Y'all write me, I'll march my ass over to the sheriff's office and get it all cleared up, right? My point is that at least for the time being, my hands are clean. I haven't done anything dastardly since I've been released from prison. I don't got a gang no more. I got a chance to figure out what comes next. Life gives us new opportunities. Just gotta be willing to take them.
Trying to think of ideas of what could be next for Julius Bradshaw. You could run a saloon.
Oh, I already did that. I ran the Pearl for a year.
Oh, you could do it out west.
Out west? Oh, lordy.
Please, I need at least one friend out there.
In the entire year I ran the Pearl, I never once had to serve Jack Kettleman a drink. You know how quickly that would likely be ended if I was working out west?
Okay, fine. What about fashion? You're pretty fashionable. You could get a job at the tailor's.
Fashion. Julius Bradshaw's tailor shop. I don't know. It's got a bit of a ring to it.
Bradshaw Boutique.
Bradshaw Boutique.
sell all the fancy clothes and fluffy coats. Or, there's always the transit authority.
You,
I could see you on the trains.
you think after all the trains I robbed, they're gonna let me drive one?
I think if you work very hard for it.
Work very hard for it.
Henrietta's pretty nice.
Oh, Henrietta, I love Oh, I haven't seen her since I've been out of prison. I'm gonna have to go find her.
Oh, she's been having it rough. Oh, yeah. That's what you could do. You could offer to be security on her trains. You're laughing, but it's a good idea.
Man, I'm sorry she's been having a rough time, though. I swear these criminals, they have no... What's the word? No grace. No... They're just stupid about things. They're stupid about things, yeah. They
Mr. Woods yesterday, I probably shouldn't tell you about this, but it's so funny. He's wanted, right? Comes into town with a group of people, and then they outnumber us, so we back off, and I go over to the station, but he's locked his claws in now, and he's like, we're gonna harass these deputies. So I unlock the sheriff's door, and I go inside. And then he follows in, and I was like, perfect, you're under arrest, and I slipped the key in the lock. And it's like you put your head into the mouth of a cougar and you expect it not to bite you. And he just went, oh no, I've made a mistake, like so instantly. Because none of his friends followed him in except for the one at the back.
Hey, some people are liable to act before they think and realize far too late that the impulsive decision is often the wrong one.
He just thought he was being clever.
I'm sure he learned a tough lesson that day.
Clementine's no fool.
That she ain't. That she ain't. So you said you're out west now. How's that been treating you?
I was until I got shot in the face.
Oh.
I'm not really supposed to be out there alone. So I was actually off duty at that time. So I don't know. I go out there every so often, but usually in disguise. So people are like, "Hey, we haven't seen you around in the West, Clementine," and I'm like, "Yes, you have. You just don't know it." What about you? Ensberg treating you okay?
I haven't been spending much time here, to be frank. Been kind of avoiding the east. Just came in on the boat, but while I don't think Wallaby and his ilk actively want to harm me, I'm not trying to push my luck there neither. I would really rather not get a knife put back into my neck. Once is plenty.
I understand that completely.
To be frank, Ansberg don't really feel the same without the club anyways, so... I know. It's almost like Van Horn now. Feels like so many memories tied up in it. Maybe time to move on to something different.
Well, like I said, there's always the transit. You know, if you ever make it for your train on time. You're laughing, but I was very disappointed in you.
Disappointed in me? Why?
I really wanted that train. I dressed up really fancy. You know who had to give me a ride
Oh,
home?
the birthday train. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you know who had to give me a ride home?
Oh.
Speedy.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Embarrassing.
No, that was a very terribly planned night. Rather unfortunate. Well, maybe at some point we'll do another celebratory train. We'll have some reason. Maybe somebody else's birthday will come up or something.
No crime this time.
We'll see about that, but I have no no specific plans nor intent to get myself up at anything. I mean, shit. Not that I ain't done it before, but I would be robbing a bank on my lonesome, and I'm really keen to not see Siska again if I can avoid it.
No, me either. I don't like arresting people. I don't like going there. I didn't enjoy my time there. I don't enjoy bringing people there. Well, there was one time I did enjoy bringing someone there, but I felt really bad about it because half the 10-Tone gang were in Sisika and the other half and they were waiting to be released. It was Duncan, Flyspeck, and Dee Dee were waiting to be released, and I was bringing Hank and Chompy in.
I see.
It was really sad because they were all dancing, waiting for us because they thought we were the boat to release them.
Oh, no.
So we brought them in and they just went, Hank, no! Because I think I bought Chompy in previously that day and then I bought Hank in a little bit later. I felt really, really bad about that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But we got reports that people were like robbing people in the Heartlands, and I didn't think it was Hank. So I laid a little trap and I went ahead first, and then my deputies were following me like 20 seconds behind. So as they were robbing me, the deputies came and caught them. Which was exactly the plan, but I didn't know it was Hank. I mean, I still would have done the plan even if even if I knew it was Hank, you know?
Sure.
But, you know, all unfortunate. But, you know, do crime. You do the time. Like, with Mr. Scrumptoggins. You spoke to him in Sisika, I think.
Do the crime, you do the time, indeed. That's part of the contract.
There was one time I didn't realize I was wanted, and I put my... when they first started taking people's fingerprints and they were paying people for it, I said, "Oh, hey Maple, can I get my $50?" Rennie went first, got hers, she got out. I went in, and then he was like, "Yeah, you're wanted. I'm gonna take the $50 off the fine." And I was like, "What?" Furious. And I got arrested.
Well, this was nice. I'm glad we got to chat a bit. Especially with me and not being in any, well, I guess pending, but not any new trouble.
Yeah, I'm very confused about that. I'll find a sheriff about that.
Like I said, especially if y'all are willing to cut me a little slack, assuming this all stands and it truly is something that I was not processed for whatever reason. Y'all write me, you got my telegram information.
Yeah, that's a call I don't feel comfortable making by myself. I'd have to ask a senior on that, so...
No,
senior
not
above.
not saying you. I mean, shit, like you said, you gotta verify all this shit anyways. Just saying. Feel free to write me whenever y'all do figure out what the hell's going on.
I got you. My biggest suspicion is that it's an old file that got out, so...
Well, I guess we'll see.
Well, I really hope that you're doing okay.
No, I think all things considered, doing quite well.
Well, I'm gonna go back to the office now, but thank you for talking to me.
No, thank you for talking to me. I mean, shit, like you said, I think sometimes, especially, you find yourself in a position like I do, some folk, tend to not want to talk to you like you're a person, so it's always nice being able to have a good conversation. There we go.
Oh, that was a big sneeze.
It was. Howdy, fella.
No. Hi, Paul. You still on that diet? Yeah, he is. He doesn't like talking about it, though.
Fair shit, you put the poor man on the spot. Talk in front of a complete stranger about what he's eating.
I'm just saying, he's lost a lot of weight. Look at him.
Yeah, man, shit, I think you work in these coal mines, you're bound to lose weight. Swinging that
The
damn
muscle on.
pickaxe all day, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Paul is just all muscle.
Howdy, sir.
How much do you want to bet the crossing is on fire? Want to go check?
For your sake, I hope not, but, it does seem to be all too often inevitable. Inevitable.
Alright, so,
My
have a look.
enunciation. Oh, now she's got the NPC in there with her.
The Paul diet, only bacon. Keto in 1902. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Also, hi, Injuna-chan. I did not really get to say hi earlier because we were role-playing. Hold on. Everything terrible? Going to hell?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, boy. All right.
All right, well, I gotta go.
Best
So,
luck
it was,
to you.
Thank you. It was good to see you.
Yeah, you take care of yourself. I'm sure I'll be hearing from y'all soon, one way or the other.
Yeah, probably. All right. I'm gonna try and find a sheriff for you.
Yeah, good luck to you.
All right. See ya.
Yeah, it's that pretty Mustang. I love that Mustang. That's actually the Mustang I use on Red Dead Online, which I haven't played in ages. I really want to ride a Mustang regularly on a character, but I haven't decided what character yet. Especially one of those pretty Mustangs. Maybe Julius gets a Mustang. I don't think so, though. I think the horse... Actually, I don't want to say in case I change my mind. But I have an idea for a horse and some symbolism. Gene. I just finished up this new teaser for Scrump Season 2. Oh, G-Pad, I'm so excited to see that. I might be making a new Gorma video. It wouldn't replace the Gorma video I have. It would be in addition to. We'll see. But I don't know yet. I don't know. Because I think the other videos are all on hold. I had storyboarded out a Club Royale video. But of course Club Royale doesn't exist right now. So that's not happening anytime soon. I do hope that one day we get to have the Club Royale reunion. And I can make that video. Because I think it would be really sick. Especially if we can like make it before the reunion happens. That would be crazy. But who knows? It all depends on where the roleplay takes us, right?